What's going on, everybody? So I'm kind of known as the blue fragrance guy, I guess you could say, because that's really my cup of tea. I enjoy a good blue fragrance, and there is, a solid handful that are pretty new to the collection that I've sporadically mentioned here and there, maybe featured in a brief first impressions or something like that, but I feel like I want to touch on these five a little bit more, and one that I just got that's actually my scent of the day that I want to give you my early impressions on that as well. So stay tuned. Starting with the fragrance that is my scent of the day, it's the newest blue fragrance to my collection, and it's probably the most aptly named blue fragrance I own. It is from Michael Malal. This is Ocean Noir. So why do I say it's most appropriately named? Because it smells like a dark aquatic fragrance. This was sent to me for review by the brand. I had saw Justin's video on it, or Justin feature it, not that long ago, and I was like, ooh, that sounds like one I need to try. So when they reached out to me recently, they asked me if I was interested in reviewing Jet Black Reserve, and I said, actually, if it's okay, I've heard great things about Ocean Noir. I would love to try that and review that. They said no problem. They sent me a bottle. Here it is. And I got to tell you, I'm sprayed again. I'm loving this. It's not real in your face. This is not one of those loud and obnoxious blue fragrances, but what it is, it's light and airy. It hangs around for, so far, seems like a pretty long time. I'm about five and a half hours into wearing it. I still keep getting wafts. It's around my neck. It's on my chest. I'm not getting much from my chest because I'm wearing a hoodie that's kind of weighing down the airway, but I'll turn my head and I'll get certain wafts. It's very light and airy. It's very aquatic. It has a strong oceanic, aquatic, marine feel without being too salty or too bitter. There's not like a bunch of strong seaweed accord or anything like that. I have not looked at the notes. I don't know the notes yet. Just going off of what I smell, and it does have darker nuances, like a dark wood maybe, almost a light incensey, smoky accord, adding this dark, mysterious nature to it. I'm really digging this one. I wasn't originally planning on doing a first impressions. Normally I would unbox on video with you guys and do a first impressions. I just went ahead and sprayed it, posted my scent of the day, and I've been enjoying wearing it and smelling it throughout the day so much that that's what sparked this video topic in the first place. I wanted to talk to you guys about it because I'm really enjoying it. I do have a discovery set that I will be giving away in the full review video, so watch out for that. Maybe another week and a half, something like that. I'm gonna give it some more wear, and we'll get to the bottom of just what I really truly think about this one. But early impressions, I gotta tell you, I'm digging this one. This is a great blue fragrance. Visionaire, the other two I have three others from the brand. Visionaire, I really enjoy. The other Visionaire flanker, I need to spend more time with it, but it didn't really blow me away. It's okay. And then Spice 139 was just kind of a pass for me. So this is a nice, refreshing breath of fresh air from the brand, if you will, because I'm really digging this one. I found my favorite from the house. Again, that's Michael Malal. This is Ocean Noir. While not necessarily new to me, the bottle's new to me because I only had a 10 ml decant prior. I actually did a full review off of that 10 ml decant. I'm talking about YSL Eau de Parfum. Yeah, I finally got a bottle not that long ago. I just wore it the other day. A couple days ago I actually wore it. It's still great. It's that time of year when I like to wear this. During the warmer months, Y Eau Fraiche and Y EDT all day long, baby. But cooler months, because this is, just in my opinion, a little too sweet and cloying and in your face for super high heat in the summer. Yes, it can be signature scent year round. If you want to wear it year round, wear it year round. The reason it can be too much for me, sometimes I like to spray my bare chest, and a fragrance that's loud in your face like this can be a little too much, especially heavily synthetic like this, a lot of ambergris. But I'm not saying I don't enjoy it, because this is a fantastic fragrance. It's not my favorite in the line, but for the cooler months, it's my favorite. Warmer months, EDT. If I had to pick one, the EDT is definitely my favorite, but the EDP is no slouch. This is a beast. This is the best performer of the bunch. This is every bit of a 10+ hour fragrance. I think 8 hours is having dry skin with this fragrance. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody that gets less than 8 out there. I'm sure there's some of you. But for me, 8's a minimum. Really, it's 10 plus. This stuff lasts and lasts. And for the first several hours, it's pretty loud and present. If you spray this one heavy, it will fill a room. You will probably choke some people out. But it is a compliment getter. It's definitely known for pulling some positive attention. That is one thing that is a hallmark of YEDP. One that I'm glad to finally have a bottle of. 60 ml is going to be more than enough for me. Picked this up from Kingdom Fragrances a while back. I don't know if they have it in stock currently, but I always have a link for Kingdom Fragrances down below if you want to check it out. I'm digging it. I wore it a couple of days ago. It'll definitely be getting some pull in the rotation the next several months. It's YEDP. Next, this fragrance really surprised me. I was very excited to get my hands on it. This was sent to me by Twisted Lily to review recently, and I'm still working on it. I've worn it once already. I've done some test sprays, and it's actually quite the ISOE Super bomb. I'm talking about Ormanjane Montebaco Verano. So I was not expecting it to be an ISOE Super bomb. I wasn't, and it turns out it is. And it depends on the fragrance. Like Dior Homme 2020, the ISOE Super with the woods, it's kind of, I don't know, it's a little strange on my skin. The ISOE Super in Bleu de Chanel Parfum, love it. Great accent to the warm woods and that zesty lemon up top. Here, beautiful, juicy, but not tart grapefruit note. It lasts for a little while, not real long, but a little while, and it comes off a little soapy and aromatic with this bright, juicy grapefruit. There's a soft, smooth leather here. The ISOE Super really takes over, and the tobacco is not overpowering, and I get a little bit of a smoky nuance. I don't know if that's a combination of the tobacco and the leather, just the leather. It's got a little bit of an animalic tone, but not much. It's really smooth, but it adds this smoky nuance. It's a little tiny earthy with this smooth ISOE Super. This stuff just really works. Long lasting, not in your face, but well pronounced. It doesn't project like a monster off of my skin, but it's very present. I'm telling you, out the atomizer, it's much more smoky out the atomizer than it is on my skin even. This stuff is a delight. I heard some hype around this one last year when it came out, and I get it now. Now that I've gotten my hands on it, this stuff is something special. It really is. As long as you like ISOE Super. If ISOE Super turns you off, you're probably going to hate this fragrance because it is a bomb of it. This is to ISOE Super what Dior Sauvage is to Ambroxan. Look at it that way. But if you like that type of stuff, this is probably the best ISOE Super fragrance out there that I've tried anyway. I haven't tried all of them, but from what I've tried, it's definitely the best ISOE Super dominant fragrance. It's delightful. It's signature scent worthy. It's a leather tobacco that you can wear in the heat and it won't be overpowering, yet it's strong enough and has enough going for it. A little bit of an earthy nature to work in the cold as well. Digging this one. Super happy to have it. Full review coming soon on Ormanjane Montebaco Verano. Another one that's a new release for this year. I just wore a couple of days ago. I've spent a little bit of time with it. I haven't spent a ton. I've worn it a few times now. And it gets, I guess you could say, this is going to sound kind of funny, it kind of gets the Basic Bitch Award of the year in my opinion, because it's nothing groundbreaking, it's nothing new, but it's so pleasant and enjoyable, and it's such a good fragrance to just wear for anything. It's Ralph's Club from Ralph Lauren. I know, that probably upset some of you that I told you it's got the Basic Bitch Award for the year, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It works. It's pleasant. It's enjoyable. It smells great. You can wear it for any damn thing. It's fresh. It's aromatic. It's a little green and soapy. It's blue as they come while having a lot of fresh green aspects to it. It's a decent performer. It's not a beast. It's an average performer. It can get some compliments. It's super mass appealing. That's why I said it's basic, because I know for myself, I was expecting a dense green woody fragrance when it came out based on the notes and everything, and it ended up being a very blue aromatic fragrance, which I love this type of stuff. It's not what I was expecting. So it's another run-of-the-mill type of blue fragrance, but it has a little bit of character. So don't get me completely wrong here, because the lavender adds this herbaceous aromatic quality. Instead of just being a super soapy lavender, it's more of a kind of a green herbal, fresh type of lavender. I'm digging it. I really am. I enjoyed wearing it a couple of days ago. I'll enjoy wearing it again moving forward. It's like a 6-hour fragrance on my skin. I know somebody's going to ask, what's it perform like? Average projection, nothing special. Pronounced in the first hour and a half or so, and then it sits close to the skin. About 6 hours on my skin. I would recommend spraying your clothes with this one to get another hour or two out of it. It's good. It's good. It's not great, but it is good. I bought this one for full retail. Did not hesitate. I don't regret it. It's a really good fragrance. Matter of fact, I want to spray it again and smell it again because it is that good. Again, that's Ralph's Club from Ralph Lauren. Last but not least is kind of a surprising pickup for me. I didn't really see any information online about it at the time, and it's interesting. I still don't know how to feel about it. I like it, but I don't love it. But for the price, it's hard to beat. It's Guess Man Forever. Look at that fingerprint magnet. That light blue color juice is very fitting. It does have a little bit of a fruity aquatic vibe going, but it's more so on the aquatic side. It's fresh, it's easy to wear. Of course, it's not some great performer, it's a cheap Guess fragrance, but if you're on an extreme budget, I think this will do the trick. It's very mass appealing, very easy to like, works for everything, obviously great for the warmer weather. Not something I would want to go to dinner with necessarily, but in a pinch, it'll work because you'll just smell fresh. You know, it's never a bad time to smell fresh. And this is probably the best smelling Guess fragrance I've smelled outside of Guess 1981 Los Angeles. Those of you who've been watching me a while, you know I really enjoy that one. It's kind of a spicier take on Versace Eros, whereas this is kind of like the light blue brother of that fragrance. It doesn't have the sweetness and the spice. It just has a whole bunch of freshness going for it, and you can never go wrong. I would class this more of a light blue fragrance than a normal blue fragrance. And what I mean by that is it's just that much fresher, that much more geared towards the warmer months. It's solid though. If you see it out there, 15, 20 bucks, I forgot what I paid for it. It's a 75 ml. It's worth it if you're on a really strong budget and you can't spend a lot of money, but you need to add another fragrance. You're out of whatever you normally wear and you want to find something for 20 bucks or less that'll do the trick and you'll just smell really good to those around you. Give Guess Man Forever a try. Well, that is the 5 newest, most enjoyable blue fragrances in my collection. Until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. Do you have any of these? I know YEDP is pretty popular. There's a strong chance a lot of you have that one. And there's a little bit across the board here. I had a new niche blue fragrance, some new designer blue fragrances, and a new cheapy blue fragrance. Now, when I say new, this is over the last couple of months. Stuff that I've accumulated, that I picked up, whether from the rack store, was sent to me for review by a brand, or stuff that I just purchased upon release, like Ralph's Club, for example. All some pretty good stuff. None of it's mind-blowing. I mean, it's blue fragrances. They're similar to a lot of other things, but they do have their own little nuances to make them their own individualistic little fragrance. That's what I like about them. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of these 5 and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.